What's up you guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be giving you 5 powerful tips to help you improve your intonation in your violin playing. Now you gotta understand that intonation is a lifelong challenge for all string players. Because first and foremost, it's not the easiest thing in the world. Intonation is something you should constantly be working on. I'm definitely still working on it. My students are working on it, and even though my teacher, and I believe, all string players. Now this is totally not surprising at all, because the term perfect intonation actually does not exist. And it's just mathematically impossible. Because think of it guys, now look at your violin. As you can see apparently on the fingerboard, there are no sort of fret dividers, frets or anything like that, or even like for the piano, they are like keys. You don't see anything here. For a beginner or a newer player, this can be a total nightmare because, where shall I place my fingers, you see? And that's the reason why intonation has been such a big thing for us string players. The key for improving your intonation is actually very simple. Essentially, what we are born with, our ears. We got to train our ears to be able to listen to pitch very, very sensitively. In other words, you gotta improve your hearing and listening abilities. So right now, I will be sharing with you the 5 tips that will help you improve your intonation. Are you ready? Tip number 1, and that is to have your instrument perfectly in tune first. Now this can be the most basic advice, I know, but it's also one of the most important things not to forget. It is because when you practice on an out-of-tune instrument, this can be completely pointless. What is the point of wanting to improve your intonation when you're practicing on an out-of-tune instrument? Completely does not make sense, right? So definitely tune your instrument first before you start to practice. Now I did a video on how to tune your instrument in case some of you are not very familiar with that. So check out this video here. So I'll leave the link in the description below. Tip number 2 to improve your intonation is actually finger preparation. Now what do I mean by finger preparation? It means that you should have the right, you should anticipate what note that you are going to play. For instance, if you're going to play a scale, an A major scale, now the first finger we put on the A on the G string, first finger A on the G string, and then what is next? You got to anticipate in your head. Say the next note is a B. The B is a tone, which means there is a step that is not next door, it has a gap, and so on. A C sharp is a tone as well. So by anticipating that, you see, we prepare the fingers first before we press and then play. Now to elaborate more on this second tip is actually to have a good solid foundation on how you position this left hand on the violin. Now I also did a video on this, how to position the left hand on the violin. Make sure you check out this video here. I will link it in the description below. Make sure you watch that video, it will be very helpful for you, because when your hand is in position, the correct position, you will just get the correct sound. Tip number 3, and that is to use drones in your practice. Now what is a drone? In music, a drone means a chord or a note is continuously sounded, and at the same time you can play things over it. Now this method is very, very effective in improving your intonation because it keeps you in tune while you're listening to the other note. In other words, you have another note as a reference. So the drone method is actually very simple. All you need to do is take a device. This is my tuner / metronome, and it also can give me a pitch sounding A. Okay, all I need to do is I put this and I'm gonna play an A major scale on top of that while listening to the sound. doing that, you are actually training your ears towards another sounding pitch, and you are adjusting, you're constantly adjusting your fingers towards that specific pitch. So this is one of the method how we train our intonation. It is very powerful, so try applying this in your practice routine. Tip number 4, and that is do not practice with vibrato. Now I highly recommend you to practice vibrato separately and not practicing vibrato when you are working on your intonation. The reason being is because when you practice vibrato, your mind tends to think, you're thinking, I want to vibrate, I'm going to vibrate. You're building that muscle memory of vibrating, and as opposed to listening to each pitch, putting down the fingers, for instance, if you're playing a scale, putting down the fingers on the fingerboard, recognizing its position by heart and by ear. So don't use vibrato while you are intending to, improve your intonation. Tip number 5, and that is to record yourself practicing. It is my teacher actually who taught me this strategy, and I remember the first time when I applied this strategy, I record myself practicing, and when I listened back to it, I was shocked to actually hear how I sound, how I actually sounded. Because like recording, we are actually leveraging on technology today. Just with my iPhone, I took my iPhone and I recorded myself practicing, and then I could see how I truly sounded, and I was shocked. There are so much things that I could improve on. So having to use your phone to record yourself playing is just like reviewing yourself. It's just like a teacher. You are your own teacher, and you can tell yourself, like you see, where to improve, by using this strategy, and it's very, very powerful. So my friends, so try to apply all these 5 strategies that I mentioned to you and see how it will improve your intonation. So put in the comment section below and tell me which is your favorite tip that has helped you along your journey to make you sound better, sound more accurate, and do let me know. And if you have any questions, also feel free to ask me. I will try my best to answer them. And there you go. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did find some value in it, please do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. And if this is your first time watching my channel, my name is Nicholas Chong. I post weekly contents to help you, all focusing on help you improve your musicianship and how to become a better violinist. And do hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notification so you do not miss out on a single episode. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you, bye bye.